your love, baby, keep it groovy.
EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Christmas Day matchup. It's the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets, and it comes your way next.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, a fun matchup in the AFC East, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Zerline set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He's an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's Allen to throw it. Finding Shakir across the formation. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Throwing now is Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end Knox. Will be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Two yards still to go. Third down now. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. A very early decision to be made here.
There it is, and I think that because they're the home team, I would ride that wave a little bit, and I would gamble and go for it. Doesn't seem like it's optimal, but you're the home team. You'll get the support of the crowd all game long. Go get it right now. Put 6 on the board.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here's Allen. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. So here are the Jets now backed up to start their first drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games. Always in contention for a championship.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. This pass out wide to Hall. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Throwing now is Rodgers. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 41-yard line.
Now Rodgers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 23. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. gain of 3, second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Ball again on second down. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Brings up 3rd and 7.
To throw, it's Rodgers. That is incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt.
Hey, check that, check that.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just...
Dashing through the snow. Past midfield. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. It's Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take... the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. This is caught inside the 15.
That's interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone.
Pass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return is Gibson. This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
I know you're trying not to score more, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. On play action, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And they will have a 1st down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense, because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the 1st half winds down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And now off to the races down the right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And it's 21-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. An unfortunate sequence there. Try to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Reggie Gilliam, as the first half is winding down, and the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. CD, for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. 2nd and 7. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Oh, and that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our... Sorry, Coach, we'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. On the return is Gibson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Holding, receiving team. That's not good enough, man.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. but it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Hamler now on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Here's 3rd and 7. Allen now looks to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. Into space at the 45. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Buffalo.
On first down, Allen. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. 2nd and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Allen going to throw. Shakir hauls it in. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have the Bills first down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. That's Samuel, caught left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
And the Bills first down.
Now Allen. He'll buy some time right. It returns it right back to Samuel. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And Cook will get in for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute. Third. Bass on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So out now come the Jets. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
On play action, Rodgers. His pass complete to Ruckert. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On play action, now Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Rodgers again now. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Rodgers going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Jets are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, it's Allen. Now he gets free up the left sideline. And he is going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Here is 3rd down and 4. Here's Allen. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken in at the 11. Wiggles free. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He hits Adams complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Connection made to Rucker. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Now it's Rodgers. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And now out come the Bills. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Cook, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Third down. Here's a run by Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 52 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. Stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression back.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.